Okay, everybody. So, welcome back. This is Ian from Mindful Marketplace. It's the 19th of January 2023. I want to show you a really quick example on or of how to use education marketing to build your online agency, your web design business, your online consultancy, your, whatever it is that you're doing from home, even, and you want to sell services to folks in a specific niche or market or industry. This is really, again, the quintessential strategy for doing so. And I'm going to give you some really quick examples here that you can copy, emulate, or otherwise. All right. So let's say in our example tutorial here, we are selling services to therapists. And we actually are in our Mindful Marketplace community selling all sorts of services to mental health professionals, mindfulness teachers, yoga teachers, therapy professionals of different types like doctors and mental health oriented coaches, etc. So let's say our goal in this case is to sell a landing page built on Card that incorporates reviews using something like the testimonials software, which I've recommended and done other videos on, both within our private community and on YouTube as well. And what we want to do here in this example is ethically demonstrate using real world data what their potential clients, right, or patients, and in this case, we're speaking about the therapists themselves, are already asking in the search engine. So, really quickly, let's bring this up here. This is very niche specific keyword queries, keyword questions that real people are asking with respect to marketing their therapy practice, right? So, what kind of therapist makes the most money? Can therapists make a lot of money? Can therapists sell products? Can psychologists advertise? Therapist marketing agency, where to advertise my therapy services? Where can a therapist work? Where do therapists make the most money? Are therapists in high demand, et cetera, et cetera, right? So again, if you're in our group, one of the things that I'm also announcing today to folks who are in our community, I'm going to be giving these to you. We're going to be generating these for our students, our subscribers, for your niche, not obviously not therapists, but for whatever niche you're working on, whether it's realtors, doctors, designers, restaurants, etc., using the keyword question motif, right? So, I know all these folks here are therapists who are asking those questions by dint of this is search engine, you know, keyword questions that are generated using a tool from the search engines themselves. This is, pretty accurate information. Of course, you also have volume signals, like you can see which ones are highly searched, which ones are, searched in a more sort of minimalist sort of way, and which ones are just kind of average. So obviously, you would predicate or build your content marketing strategy targeting therapists using the ones, at least in the beginning, that are more highly searched. But then again, there's also wisdom in the strategy of targeting the lower volume, longer tail phrases that maybe other people who are competing with you aren't actually, targeting themselves, because everyone wants the high volume phrases. All right. So these are questions distinct from these here that a therapist's clients or a doctor or mental health professionals, potential patients or clients would be asking. Is going to a therapist expensive? Is it worth going to a therapist? Are therapists trustworthy? Why is therapy important? What therapy is bad? I mean, again, how to review a therapist, how to write a therapist review, how should a therapist make you feel. Again, this is distinct from these here, which, these are therapists themselves asking the questions, and these are therapy clients, patients, etc., asking questions about the therapists themselves. All right. So here's one last example, which is if you're selling reviews or testimonials or that sort of thing on a landing page, these are very general questions that people are asking that are not niche specific. So it's not about therapists anymore. This is just people asking about reviews, right? Where to review a business, where can I review a business? Can a business review customers? Can companies review you on Indeed? Which is an interesting question that I never thought about. Why business reviews? Why should I review a business? What are business reviews? Etc. 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 Same idea, but now these are more generic sort of questions. If, let's say, for an example, you are selling a more non-niche specific service using reviews, something like testimonials, to a kind of a wider audience. Like you're not really curating or narrow banding your target market to, let's say, therapists or realtors or sushi restaurants or CPAs or financial advisors. You just want to sell to everybody. So in this case, you'd be using education marketing, like a course on why reviews are so essential for a business. Now, the other thing I wanted to share really from a sort of let's actually get out of this full screen here. So again, education marketing here for therapists, but the strategy here is we want to use a course. And again, you have to apply this to your own niche or industry or your own target market, your own needs, your own interests, etc. But you want to use a course to sell a service, and you want to use Q&A content like this here to where you're using real answers from real people to target your ideal audience or quintessential client, or as we just demonstrated, or their potential clients, right? Their potential patients, so, or again, that would be understanding therapists is your niche, which is not going to be the niche of most people watching this. So, whoever are the target market of your clients, realtors, CPAs, financial advisors, restaurants, etc., right? What are their clients asking in the search engines? And you're using that to ethically and empirically demonstrate the value of the service that you're offering, right? All this should make complete sense. And I wanted to really quickly pull something up that I saw today. Again, you can see this on the 19th of January, which is today, this morning. This isn't even someone I follow on Twitter. I don't use Twitter all that much, but I have certain sort of signals that I follow. One of them are, landing page creators like Framer, Webflow, etc. And this dude here, who I don't know, right, posted this here today, which, let's bring this up. So he writes, want to play with Framer on real projects. So, blah, blah, blah. So essentially, he's selling custom landing pages that he's using Framer to build, designed in Figma. He's only offering a couple of these. So there's some exclusivity. And these are the things that you get. And these are what the pages look like. And you can see, about 20,000 people viewed this particular tweet. It got 205 likes, right? And then you can see here, he shows some examples of his work, right? And people are reaching out and saying, I'm interested, right? I mean, so you can see right here. And, check your DM, et cetera, this is gold, et cetera. All right. But let's really quickly, again, this guy is a far better designer than I could ever aspire to be, but you don't need to be a great designer, right? So look at these pages. All right. This is one of the things that he's offering, one of the templates. I mean, they're good, right? But that's $2,500 is what he's asking for. Now, let's really quickly go into my card account, right? I am not a designer, but let's look at something like this, which is a template that we use, right? And see if it's, and this could take me the better part of an hour to do, right? Is this, I mean, it may not be as good as what we just looked at from that dude, but it ain't 2,500. It's not, it's not fractionally, it's not only it's not a world apart in quality, is what I'm saying badly here. So, I mean, if he's selling something like, what we just looked at for $2,500, well, why can't you, just using something like Card and a simple template like this, which is something I created off of a purchased template from somebody else, like, why couldn't you do the same thing and charge $500 and then incorporate, reviews or something like that into the offer, so that you're actually selling a really high end, valuable service in addition to a landing page. And again, you're targeting whoever you're targeting. In our case, let's say it was therapists. And if this wasn't a good landing page for therapists, well, guess what? You have a shit ton of other options here using Card. These are all designs that, we are offering folks in our Card or in our agency accelerator program in 2023. Again, these are largely things that I've bought or modified myself. But, again, you can't tell me that this isn't, from a potential client's perspective, at least as valuable, right, as something like these. I mean, again, yeah, is that nice looking? Sure. But would I pay $2,500 for that? Absolutely not. Would I feel comfortable charging someone $2,500 from that for that? I probably wouldn't, unless there was all sorts of other back end offers that we were incorporating into the service. Again, so if you're part of our agency accelerator program for 2023, you get access to all these different courses, but you also get access to Card templates that I'm happy to share with you as part of our group. All right. If you have questions, as always, feel free to ask. And again, if you are in our community, in our course community for 2023, I will actually do the keyword research for you, for your niche, for your target market, and give you these exact Q&A content slices, images like this, that you can use to create content and courses that targets your quintessential client or ideal audience in your local community, in your niche, in your market, in your vertical, etc., etc. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. My voice always tends to crack at the end of these. I've recorded probably 9 videos already today. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask.